Hello, everyone. Let's start talking about basic organizing steps. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Pavla. My company is called Chic Organizer. I help my clients with their home transformations, setting up organizing systems in their areas and in their offices. So we work with homes and offices. Yeah, we're experts on decluttering and just simplifying people's homes and lives because I believe that if your home is simple enough, or if the amount of stuff you have is simple enough and easy to find, then your life is easier as well. The topic today is basic organizing steps that anyone can do because I feel like it is very easy. I mean, it is easy for me and should be easy for other people. If not, I'm always here to help. Yeah, that's why we do what we do, because people can hire us to help them with the organizing systems. But step number one, let's say you decide to get organized and you have a place that just drives you crazy, and every time you open it might be your whole house, it might be one drawer, whatever it is, and you finally decide, I want to do something with it. Like, what are the steps I should do in order to organize it? Usually, what I've heard from other people is that they decide to, and then they get completely overwhelmed because organizing, even when you choose one area, it always overflows in other areas in the house. That's why it is very important to pick just one area that you're going to focus on. Yes, you might make mess somewhere else as you go, but it is important to focus just on that one drawer or on that one closet, or even if it could be a little space, or it could be your garage. Just pick one and always focus on it. At the moment, we're gonna get to, the other steps will be in other videos and in other educational material, I would say, that I want to talk about in the future. But for now, just focus on one place. I think I want to choose a kitchen as an example for what I'm talking about, because it's kind of the everything place in a house. It's a command center. People eat there, you hang out there. If you have kids, they're mostly in the kitchen looking in the fridge. So let's pick kitchen as our one area we're going to focus on to get it organized. So step number one is pick your area. Step number two is the step that we're going to organize. So, okay, let me rephrase it. First, pick your area. Then will be step number one. Well, step number one in order to get organized is always sorting. So what we are going to do in our example kitchen is we're going to take stuff out. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's going to look messy, but you always have to make it look messy before it's pretty. So you take everything out of the kitchen. Let's focus. Let's do kitchen cabinets. So let's not worry about pantry today just as much, because it's a whole nother project and a whole different topic. But we're going to take everything out. And as you're taking stuff out, not everybody has everything organized and all plates together and all cups together. So as you're taking stuff out, you will put items that are alike together. So we're taking plates out, you're going to put them with plates. You're going to take cups out, you're going to put them with cups. Even if you have cups in multiple areas, or if you have appliances in multiple areas, always make sure that you put items that are alike together. So we're sorting and categorizing. Once everything is out, it will take some time, but take your time. You take everything out and your cabinets are empty now, right? So what you're going to do is give them a nice wipe, because I'm sure a lot of the stuff has been sitting there for years, and it's just nice to give it a little, wipe with the warm water and a cloth, just to get the crumbs out. Sometimes you have grease on the bottom, especially if those are appliances that you store. And you can also replace your shelf liners if you have them and they are ripped or dirty or broken or whatever. So we took it out, we categorized it, we have items alike together, and we wiped our cabinets. It's good to see also the full potential of what you're working with, because once your cabinets are empty, it's very nice to see that, oh, I don't know if I have that much space, because with all that stuff in it, it just feels like everything is crammed. So that was step number one. Step number two is purge. We call it purge. I think to me, it always sounds like a fancy word. But it is time to make some decisions. It is, I think, the hardest part of organizing is the purging part, because you have to make decisions about so many little things that day or that 2 hours you're working on your kitchen. But trust me, it's gonna help you, and it's gonna make you feel better at the end. This is the tough part. That's why professional organizers are there also to guide you through the process, because again, you can get sidetracked, you can get overwhelmed, and not many times you know what to do with the items. Sometimes you just don't know what to do with it. Professional organizer can help you with that. So that's step number two, is decision making. We're gonna make 3 piles of things. So we have everything out, it's in categories, and now we're gonna go category by category, plates and cups and utensils and appliances, dishes and bowls. We're gonna kind of like go through each item to decide what we're gonna A, keep, B, donate, and C, toss. Sometimes you can also sell it, but let's not worry about it now. So we're gonna make 3 piles. I used to use in my other place, I used to have like a big hampers that helped me with the sorting part, with the purging part, but you can also use a Post-it or a piece of paper that just says keep, toss, and donate. Just make sure you see everything. You can put stuff on the floor. It's important for this process to be able to see what you have. Let me just adjust my legs. Yeah, let's go. We are deciding what we keep, what we donate, what we toss. The criteria is very simple. You're gonna keep things that you use the most, obviously, and what you like the most. Probably what's in your eye level is usually what you use the most, so those are definitely keeps. When it comes to donating, let me say the toss one first. So you have the keep pile, then you have the toss pile, which is things that are very broken, or that you saved to be repaired and you never did, or things that are cracked or just are not functioning anymore. Those you can recycle, those you can toss responsibly. And then we have a donate pile, because I like to donate as much as I can. Anything that is reusable or repurposable, we can give to someone else who might not have the funds to buy it or to get it or to be able to afford it, or to someone who can need it. I'm not saying you have to give everything away, but just things that you don't need can be donated. So that's one of the criteria about what you should donate, is things that are still functioning, but they don't bring you joy or enjoyment anymore. That comes with things that are old as well, but they still function. But if you have 2 kitchen mixers and one of them is newer and one of them is very old, and it functioning, you can donate the old one, because you should really have in your kitchen everything that you use. And that goes with the whole house. What you don't wear anymore shouldn't be in your closet. What your kids don't play with anymore should not be in the house. Or many times I have clients who they have babies, not those are memory things, but baby stuff that their kids are in college. Like you don't need it anymore unless it's really broken. Sometimes I urge people to, you can repair it and donate it if you don't want it, but depends on what you want to do with it. And a lot of people, the place I donate to, I know there are things that are kind of broken, and people buy it or get it anyway because they know they can fix it. So the donating part is big part of organizing, because you can make someone else happy. Another criteria for what to get rid of is if you have duplicates, which I already said with the mixers. Again, if you have too many cups, a lot of people have cups from like sport events, unless you're collecting them. they should go. I understand people have personal attachments to things, but that's a whole different topic. Let's circle back a little bit. So we took everything out, we sorted it into categories, and now we're deciding what we're going to keep and what we're going to not keep, what we're going to keep, donate, or toss. Once you have those done, perfect, because that was the hardest part. I know when I go through this with my clients, again, they have a hard time because it's so many little decisions about every single piece in your kitchen, but it pays off. So that was step number 3, was purge. And now step number 4, which is organize. I'm just going to look at my notes here. We can also talk about, if you guys want to know where to donate, I can say something about that as well. That's why professional organizers do what they do, because it's not our own stuff, right? It's always much easier to work with somebody else's things than our own. But yeah, many times there is a personal attachment, there is memories, we spend some money on it, we just don't want to get rid of things, especially when they were a little pricier. Or that's why we have attics and basements. I feel like the memory things could live there. That's one of the few things I allow my clients to have there, in attic or in the basement, is memories, because those are hard to part with. If you have space for them, yes, you can keep them in an organized manner, but they don't have to sit with your everyday stuff. Again, we spoke about closets a couple minutes ago. You can have memory things, people run marathons, or you have your college sweatshirts or college t-shirts, and if they don't, for some reason they don't fit anymore, or you don't wear them anymore, yes, keep them, but they don't have to be with your everyday stuff. Same with our example kitchen. Some of the things don't have to be there if you don't use them anymore and you want to keep them for some reason. Maybe a lot of those are wedding gifts. That's a big one. If it's not a china, but those are appliances that, a long time ago, before registry times, people used to give appliances, or like expensive, something they use once a year. It does not have to sit in your kitchen. If you have questions on that, where to store those, I can happily answer that. So now we're on step number 4, which is organize. So we took it out, we took stuff out, we sorted in categories, we purged, we made decisions, and now what's left on our keep pile will go back in our clean cabinets, nicely organized. It's time to decide where things are going to go and where you're going to store them. I would suggest not to be afraid of making changes at this point, because things are already out. Yes, if you put things somewhere else, it might be confusing for a few days, but when it comes to functionality, it is good to really evaluate where you want things to be. I recently worked with a client who, she's had her pantry somewhere and her appliances somewhere, and I came in the house and I said, this is such a great place for a pantry where she had her appliances, and we're going to make pantry somewhere else. Yes, she was a little nervous, but the results were amazing, because such a great space with a big potential for pantry where you can really see everything was wasted on not as important things, appliance and other random stuff, and she loves it. Now we're going to decide where things go. Don't be afraid to make changes. There are also a couple of rules that go with it. The rules that now I want to talk about the rules that apply for placing your stuff back. So now we're going to take it and put it back to the cabinets. What is your most used should be in your eye level and the most reachable. If you don't want to bend over every time you need a salad dish, that's fine. Put it where your glasses were. Like I said, don't be afraid to make changes, but make sure it's functional. So obviously we all drink water every day and we all eat. So plates and glasses, small dishes, cups, mugs for coffee in the morning should be all in your eye level and the most reachable, because first of all, you want to see, and second of all, you want to be able to grab it every time. You don't want to step on a step stool every time you're getting a glass of water. If you have kids, it is good to put their stuff in their reach. Yes, then it breaks down. Okay, not all our plates will be together, but it saves you a lot of, Mom, can you give me this? Mom, can you give me that? I have a couple clients who, we have adult plates on top, and then we have baby plates in drawers where usually you have your forks and knives, but we put baby plates and baby cups, so because they're this tall, so they can just go and I'm sitting. That's why I'm saying this tall. If I was staying there this tall, so they can just grab it themselves, which also saves moms a lot of time going back to the kitchen, getting a cup or a plate or things for a snack. Another criteria is you should go by weight. Whatever is heavy should be on the bottom, like heavy appliance or heavy pots. And whatever is lighter is good to put on top, because you don't want things to fall on you when you're grabbing them or hurting anybody. Just heavy things should be on the bottom, but in bottom cabinets, and lighter stuff in top cabinets. Now so let's say we have everything in our eye level, or things that we can reach, or everyday stuff. And then, things that you don't use as much should be, below and under, above and below. There you go. That area that's for every day, and things that you never use, but you use them for holidays, could be in the kitchen if you have the space. Again, they could be in the kitchen, but those could be all the way on top somewhere where, you don't need to reach them every time. So those are our basic steps for getting organized. Sort, take out, and sort in categories. Purge, make decisions, keep, toss, and donate. And organize. Put back, decide where things will go, and organize it nicely. One of my other tips is don't be afraid to go vertical, because many of the spaces, especially in closets and kitchens, are, I'm not sure if they are designed. I would not call it not practical, but many times there is waste of space because we have different heights of things. Yeah, don't be afraid to go vertical, because many of the spaces are designed differently. So you might have some waste of space on top. That's why I like to use shelf risers, for example, because you can put plates under and on top of it, and it creates another extra shelf, so you don't have to build in shelves. I can give products recommendations as well. But there are a couple supplies I like to use in the kitchen, and many of us organizers, we like to use it in the kitchen. The basic ones are, like I said, shelf risers, because it creates you more vertical space to store things. The other ones are turntables. I think they're also called Lazy Susan. But those are perfect for corner cabinets and for things that you cannot reach as easily. So you just kind of turn the thing to see what's in there, because things on top tend to get tucked in the back. So it's nice to have it on a round turntable to see what's in there. I like to use them for spices or for some condiments. We've used it with a client for a lot of, she's like a skinny oils for like spraying the pans. So I use the turntables for that. Another good thing to use in the kitchen is dividers, definitely 100% for drawers, because drawers get messy. And, I allow my clients to have one junk drawer. That's my only junk place if I organize, because not everything can get that categorized and that micro organized. So I allow one junk drawer, but still, I put dividers in. And the dividers are good for your utensils, for your knives, spoons, forks. A lot of people have many random things in the kitchen that live in a drawer, and it's nice to put them in a drawer divider, or it's also called drawer organizer, that divides the space and keeps it nice and neat and organized. A lot of times in the kitchen you can use see-through bins. You can use not see-through, but see-through bins are easier. If you're new to organizing, use a see-through. You see what's in it. You won't have things stuck in the back. Plus, it's easy to grab it and pull it down, especially for things that get tucked in the back. Yeah, like for example, I myself have a baking bin that's on top, because I don't bake as often. But if I need my baking bin, I just bring it down. That way I won't lose things that are in the back. So those are basic supplies I would suggest for organizing your kitchen. If you have any questions about supplies or anything, let me know. Or if you have something that you're already using, that would be good, because I always love to go to my clients' homes and see that they already have something. That always makes me so happy. A lot of people don't. That's why they call me, because I don't know how to get organized. But I love when I go somewhere and they already have things in place. That's really nice. There's one more thing I was gonna say. If you really, let's say you're a person who likes organizing, or you might not like it, but you decide to get organized, and if you really want to put a cherry on top, get a label maker or get nice labels. That will save you so much time looking for things. And not only you, but most of us live with someone else in the house. And I have different systems, for example, than my boyfriend does. You know, I'm organized. He would put things in various places. So because I label, he also follows the labels, and it helps him to find things. It saves my sanity because I don't have to yell at him every time that he didn't put it where it was supposed to be. But that's a very last step. Like, if you really want to go nice and neat, you can get a label maker. But first, I would definitely focus on picking the area, sorting, purging, and organizing. And then once you feel like a pro, get a label maker. I would also, one of my last suggestions is, do not get supplies until you know what works and what doesn't work, because many times I have seen people buying the wrong items, and then, you know, they forget to return it, so it costs them more money, or it just doesn't function, or it's not a good use of the item. So if you need anything, I'm here. Thanks for being here. Bye.